Hello everyone and welcome to Time Traveler's Coin Exchange. Tonight we're going to try to have episode 25 of the Coin Vault has opened. It's good to see you guys all again. Sorry I had to take a couple days off there and I'm not even sure if I'm actually ready here to do another episode. My cold's been up and down this week and developed a pretty good cough here, which is kind of scary because the coronavirus is in the county that I'm at, so if I if I disappear here in the future permanently, you can look for storage units in the town that I live in. There'll be some scores. But hello everyone. I grabbed a box of coins from the vault and we'll take a look through them and we'll look and see if we can find anything good that I put away a while ago. A lot of the coins I put away, they seem to be a little bit lower quality. Some of them seem to be cleaned or polished or damaged or just so many things wrong with them, and occasionally we run across a gem. If we find any errors like a lamination error or a cud or die chips, we'll put them aside so we can take a closer look at them. And if we have any ones with mint marks, we'll put them in a pile so we can take a closer look at all the coins, see if there's any RPMs or anything interesting going on in the date area. And this one looks like it's a 1943 steel cent. Looks like it's in pretty good condition for being circulated. And hopefully I'll be able to stream here. I was able to do some shorter videos earlier today, which if I cough, I can just, end the video and start again, but just got a pretty mean tickle. This one looks like a beautiful bright BU coin in person, and then it's like you put it under a microscope and look and all the details are gone, yet it looks like it has beautiful mint luster. Wow, already. Life is good. But this one looks like it's been heavily cleaned, possibly polished. The luster on it just kind of reminds me of a proof coin. And it'd be pretty sad if this was a proof coin and someone did this to it. But it's clearly been damaged. Whoa. Yeah. Wishful thinking here. I will try to stream for you guys. I just don't want to cough into the camera. Don't want to hurt anybody's ears. This one, it looks like a low-grade BU. However, it looks like there is some rim damage at about 12 o'clock. Looks like there's a couple scratches on the rubber. So otherwise, it looks like a nice example of a kind of a brown-colored BU coin. Maybe AU, there's a little bit of wear in the cheek. But we'll take a look at the mint mark. It does look like the mint mark had a couple strikes on it. Looks like it was slightly damaged. Here we have a 1948S. Looks like quite a few scratches on it. It looks like most of its original surface is still there. How bad do I sound? I feel like I don't sound so good, guys. I don't look so good either, and the camera getting all fuzzy on me in the beginning is not helping either. Got all my lights on. Alright. Okay. Next up, a 1948S. This one looks fairly circulated. And it looks like it has quite a few scratches, unless that's on the flip, but I believe that is on the coin. So most of these are brand new flips, so they shouldn't have any damage on them. How are you guys all doing? Hope you guys are all healthy. Hope you guys are all well. Looks like we've hit a little pocket of 1948S's. Doesn't look like it goes too deep. I took out the box and I usually put them in like kind of two stacks, but they all kind of fall over a little bit. This one does have a little bit of toning on it. It also looks like it's been cleaned though. Especially on this angle, you can see, down towards the bottom, there is a right below America. It's very much lighter than the colors inside, and then all around 1 cent. You can see that inside the letters are much darker. To me, this looks like it's been cleaned. I'm not sure, like if you look down at 6 o'clock, it's just, beautiful colors down there. Almost looks like this had some really nice toning on it. And when they cleaned it, they cleaned all the nice toning off. The toning could have been a result or of being cleaned as well. It looks like maybe most of the fields in Lincoln here have been cleaned. Almost looks like it came from the same roll. A lot of these coins I found roll searching and looking through 5,000 count bags of wheat cents, and so while some of these aren't better examples, they were way better than the coins I was searching through at the time. And I believe that should just be some damage on Lincoln's coat there. I don't believe we have a lamination error there. I feel like I am like days behind normally when I get a cold or something like that. I'm able to watch other people's stuff because I don't want to be on camera looking coldy or sounding coldy. And I just had so many things I had to do in life that I just had to keep my head down and like keep on working on clearing stacks of papers so that I could get things done. Next couple weeks here, hopefully I'll be able to do some taxes and hopefully get a tax refund this year. We'll have to see. I'm not sure what happened to this one. Maybe like a metal detecting find, like environmental damage. I'm guessing the surface got like heavily pitted. They probably cleaned it trying to figure out what date it was. Sometimes these ones are just interesting to me. I'm assuming that this is like heavily damaged. It looks like a 1940p. Almost looks like you could imagine a date in there. It's probably just a little bit of damage there. The date does come across though. I'm assuming that there's no value here. Occasionally I found coins when searching that were just like way thinner than a normal coin. And I feel like they often looked like that, and it was probably because of a lot of wear. Hey Junk Pick, welcome. Hello. I'm trying my best to do a stream here. I've had a couple nights off. Just haven't been feeling my best and have a little bit of cough, and if I can not cough, I'm gonna stream. But I'm down in this water faster than I thought I was. I'm gonna have to maybe get some more. How's your night going? We haven't found anything here yet. This is maybe, I don't know, it looks like there's a scratch across Lincoln's head, but this is probably the nicest coin we've gone to look at tonight. I just picked a random box from the vault. This would probably be an okay coin if it didn't have a scratch across his head. It's brown, it's not full red anymore, but someday most of these coins will all be, brown. A lot of dust. That's why I'm coughing so much, all the dust on these coins. We gotta keep the vault cleaner. This one looks like it's got kind of like a silvery blue. However, it does look pretty smooth. It looks like we've lost quite a bit of detail. I'm guessing it's been cleaned, and just because it doesn't quite look like it has enough detail on it to actually have like an original surface to tone. Like, I mean, it almost looks like a steel cent, but you can see a little bit of brown coppery color on the bottom. I believe this one has just been cleaned, and whatever they cleaned it with kind of had a reaction on the surface. Alright, here we've got a 1957D. Little bit of something, looks like some debris up at the top. Put it aside to look at the mint mark. So basically, once we get through looking all the coins here, we'll then do a zoom in at the end of the video and just check out all the mint marks if we come across anything cool. Looks like there is some grime around the edges of this one. It probably has the nicest luster we've gotten to look at. Funny that like a pair of scissors works the best. Maybe I should get like a gigantic knife, see if that sharpens the image even better. I think my camera's getting dull. I used to be able to do it with just my hand, and now I need like a shiny sharp looking object. Interesting lines on this one. I'm assuming that that is just something that is on the surface that has made it. I mean, it kind of reminds me of like a wood grain pattern, at least on the front of the coin. But it's almost like somebody cleaned it with like a dirty cloth. They're like, oh, I'll clean this coin. And then they're like, I should just leave it fuzzy. You guys don't need to see me today when I'm not feeling awesome. They tried to clean it with a dirty cloth, and then they're like, whoops, get another cloth and a different coin to clean. Definitely check the mint mark on this one. I don't know what's going on with my lighting. Everything's having a day today. Maybe we'll find a really cool coin and it'll make up for everything. I'm like perpetual fuzz. It's a fuzzy day. Alright. It's like a video of me just holding a pair of scissors up to a camera. Whoa. When it rains, it pours. That's definitely how life's been lately. Just gotta keep smiling, keep your chin up. How's everybody doing? You guys all staying well? You guys stockpiling candy bars and sodas? Stuff was to get crazy in this country. What would you guys stockpile? Coins? think I was reading an article saying that like in China, like they were like quarantining the cash because they're afraid that things were being transmitted from person to person on the cash, just because it passes so many different hands in a day. So from what I heard, the person with the coronavirus in the county that I live in, it sounds like they put themselves in self-isolation, and it sounds like their condition improved, and they're considered cured. Seemed really quick. And there was a second person, I think, that they tested, and it was indeterminate. And so I don't know if that means that they're going to test them again. But it definitely seemed really, really quick. I mean, it's been, I feel like, less than 2 weeks. I need like a samurai sword, at least if I'm... Normally I only have to do that like once or twice in like a couple hours. So I don't know what's going on tonight. Kind of like the lines in this one. Like kind of like little silvery purple things are kind of interesting on it too. Not sure what's going on with this one. Maybe I was eating a candy bar while flipping it. Hey Diane Soul, welcome. Hey Anthony Goodley. Yeah, that's kind of my thought, is that like if stuff either A gets really bad, or like B, if like I was to get anything, I wouldn't want to be out there in the community getting people sick. It's like cough cough, 'cause that's how I'm feeling right now. But it's like if stuff was bad, I would just probably have a bunch of time to go through the vault here and make 100 videos. And I guess the other thing is, like, I don't know, it's like I don't think people should panic and stuff, but definitely a couple times a year I get a thing from various government sources saying like, hey, if there's a power outage or a wildfire or like any like a just a natural emergency, like you're supposed to have a 2-week kit of like food and water and medicine and safety stuff. And I'm always like, well, I can't really afford to do that right now. But I think I'm definitely good at like non-perishable, just something to eat. Like just get stuff so that I wouldn't have to go out if I didn't need to. But hopefully, I'm not trying to freak out. Like I think like probably even worse than the coronavirus would be if there was just mass panic. I think that would probably hurt more people. Well, I mean, if you take a community of 1,000 people and like, so what, that'd be like 30 people. You'd notice 30 people gone. It's no Avengers Endgame or whatever the movie was when half the people disappeared. But I don't know. Like I'm already hearing about people, through people like had a relative's family member have a fall and have to go to the hospital, and then another relative had to go take care of them, and then the like hospital right next door to the hospital, they had a coronavirus person, and one of the community transmitted ones. And so then it's like you have healthcare workers, and it's like, did the laundry here get cleaned by the same company as the laundry there? Does somebody work a double shift where they work one hospital and then go and work in another hospital? I don't know, it kind of makes you wonder. It's like 200 test kits in all of California. There's a lot of sick people in hospitals. Like how do they know, which people to test out of all those? I don't know. I was thinking about making a funny video about the coronavirus and buying like a Corona beer or something like that, and let's try this coronavirus live on air. But it just, I don't know. I figured instead of doing something like that, I should just like send people out good energy and wish everyone health and hope that we have some good weather and the coronavirus decides to just go away. I don't know, there's enough crazy stuff going on in the world right now. Looks like a little bit of environmental damage. Kind of looks like the coin got wet. Little scratch at 6 o'clock. Well, shout out to you guys. Hello, Junk Pick. Hello, Diane Soul. Hello, Anthony Goodley. Welcome to the channel, all. And sorry again to be gone for a couple days, but probably not the coronavirus, probably just the common cold, but I've just been feeling crummy. And I woke up just coughing in the middle of the night a couple nights, and just really, really poor sleep, just getting broken up. And today was the first day I actually had enough energy to sit down and do short videos, and so after doing about a dozen of those, I figured I'll try to sit in front of the camera. I've already wanted to cough about 10 times, but I've just kind of held it in. My microphone's like right next to my head. If I start coughing, you guys are like never gonna visit my stream again. So I'm doing my best here. This one looks like it has quite a bit of details lost. I'd have to look at this one in person. Like, is this just a 57D? Like, what was I thinking here, guys? Does it have some cool toning on some different angle? Was it all bright and then it turned black? I just don't know on some of these. It's got a mint mark, we'll check it out. Thought that one said something up there. This one looks like it's got some tape or glue or some coronavirus. Somebody sneezed on this one. This is the original source, guys. It's where it all started. And it looks like probably glue. Looks like maybe it was somebody's art project. Maybe they glued it into their book. Yeah, I should probably use the mute button on it. I'd probably forget to put it back on, and I'd probably talk for a whole long time on the stream, and nobody would tell me that it was on. And then when I did remember, they'd probably tell me it was off, and confuse the heck out of me, because people can be awesome like that. Super funny. Actually, I guess there is a mute on my on the OBS there. I usually watch the stream what I'm doing here through OBS, just because it's a better view than through the YouTube streaming. But there is a mute button right there. It's good to think of. But you guys would still have to, like, I guess I could like get up off the camera and like go walk off, but it's not like really it's not a cute cough. It's not like ew. It's like, it sounds like I'm dying. So it looks like quite a bit of, oh, the mint mark on that one kind of looks smaller. It looks like quite a lot of like kind of low grade BU with a little bit of environmental damage. I was pretty happy earlier I got to make a video of the... Okay, Junk Pit, I wish you good sleep. I will hopefully be on tomorrow. I have much of the day available to stream. We'll just see how I slept. Today I actually got a couple hour nap. But I wish you good sleep. And we'll be back to normal here pretty soon. It sounds like a couple of the other people that were streaming also, it just seemed like we all got knocked with a cold at the same time. It didn't even work. Something about the lighting here which my camera doesn't like. Maybe it's the fact I haven't restarted my computer in a month. Yes, I definitely need to get, if my camera continues to do that, I'm gonna get like a huge samurai sword. It'll be awesome. What a pretty coin. Just love that color green. What about you guys? The funny thing is most of these coins probably they already looked like that when I flipped them. Like these were flipped like between about 10 and 20 years ago. And so it was like, you know, oh, the coin's got really nice details. It's got a tiny bit of mint luster left on it. You know, this must be worth something. This is before I started buying like certified higher grade coins. And definitely, I mean, if you know what you're looking for, I'm sure there's still stuff out there. But most of these were pulled out of, you know, 5,000 count bags and like solid date rolls. And I guess you get what you pay for. I usually tried to buy, the cheaper ones, and if I wasn't having any luck with one seller, I'd usually kind of avoid that seller then. But it seems like people's photographing skills have gotten better over the years. And, if you know what you're looking for, I'm sure you can find it, but it was just amazing how many clean coins I picked out of these. Especially, you find a coin from the teens or the 20s and it's all bright and shiny and happy looking. Even if it looks kind of worn, it's like, oh wow, look how beautiful this one is. And then 10, 20 years later, when you know more about the coins, you're like, oh no, all these are cleaned. This is not good. I thought it almost looked like there was a Y at the end of trust. It's like, oh, it's a trusty air. I've never seen that one before. I think it was just a little scratch. And a lot of these, like, say like these are all like numbered on here. A lot of these are from my early eBay store. The idea originally was just putting up every single date and mint basically for $1, and figuring that somebody would need to fill the hole in their collection. And I did it all the way through modern coins, and most of them were just circulated like this, and I sold thousands of them. But as eBay's gotten a little bit better and more is available, it also, by the time I was charging a few dollars for shipping, which I do free shipping, but it cost me like $3 to ship stuff because everything has to have tracking. It just didn't make sense for me to sell things for $1. I'd have to sell 3 or 4 of them just to be able to break the eBay fees. It just didn't make any sense anymore. This one looks like it's got a fingerprint on it. And I've definitely found that buying pre-certified coins, like PCGS slabbed coins, way easier to sell. They sell for a lot more money. It's like easier to buy. You can keep a registry of them. You can kind of compete against other people's registries. And you know, you can always find coins in the raw and try to get them certified yourself too, which is a pretty fun game, especially if you have really good eyes. I'd say I have more learning to do, and that's part of why I'm still going through all these videos, or all these coins, making these videos. And I was thinking that from memory that there was a lot more really high grade stuff. But after looking at thousands of videos after making thousands of videos of PCGS graded coins in mint state and like high proof, I'm able to look at most of these and go, yeah, there's, you know, like even the ones with a lot of mint luster on them, you know, they're not going to be my meal ticket someday. There's like a billion more of them out there just like them. But I have gotten to find some cool coins going through here. I found my Pinocchio lamination air. I found my Lincoln with devil horns lamination air, and just those two coins there. Those are probably my two favorite ones from roll hunting. I did get a graded coin that I was really happy about the last weekend. I was actually on stream and I had to stop for a second to go bid on it, but it was a 1952 proof Lincoln wheat cent, and it was a proof 67 plus, which is the highest one I've gotten for that year. I'd love to get a proof 68, but I don't think I've ever seen one. So I'll just wait and be patient. It usually takes about 3 years for me to find. I think I should probably check out like heritage auctions more. I'm usually pretty much on eBay and just various websites. But some coins are just harder to find. Like I can see the population reports and I can see that they're out there. But then you also don't know how many of them have been like cracked open and resubmitted. Like someone just wasn't happy with the grade and they thought they could do better. But it was a really nice coin. It was all kind of like fiery, really, really, really deep orange with kind of like some interesting red toning around Lincoln. Just kind of was really bright and happy. I think it's the last video I did before this one here. Okay, that's maybe some rust on Lincoln. I was like, part of his head is gone. It's like I really remembered Lincoln having a bigger head. What's going on? I think normally by the time I start streaming I'm on like 9-10 cups of coffee, and maybe I should have drank some more coffee, but instead I've been drinking tea almost all day, and took a nap before getting on here. I went to just lay down. I thought I would like warm up the house and lay down, and then start streaming after the house warmed up. But I passed out. So if there's any of you guys out there that are needing to fall asleep, I'm with you. I'm down for a second sleep tonight. Take a closer look at that one. It looks like it's super smooth. It's kind of interesting how it dents. Is there anything going on in the front of that one? It's just interesting. It looks like the coin was like smashed in. Take a closer look at that one. Okay, Engineer Corner, welcome, good to see you again. Look forward to you when you get back. we're just getting started here. We might do another stream later tonight. It seems like we are able to hold the coffin, but we got nailed with a doozy here. Looking at this one, wondering, what was I thinking? Maybe like a poor man's double die. Can't tell if that's like a scratch right above it or what's going on. We'll look at it closer. Looks like we've got a little stack of 55s here. It's like funny, the more 1955s I look at it, it's like really like, show me a 1955 that doesn't have any machine doubling. I'd love to see it. A little bit of mint luster with a lot of wear. See, these are like coins that just confuse the heck out of me. Like, it, you know, half the coin looks really nice and the other half, not so nice. It's like if this was in a slab, I would not buy it. So if it's raw and it looks like this, why would I buy it too? Try a sip of water here. That's my last one. I might have to get some more water before this is done. I'm trying to look at this one and I'm guessing that something, maybe there's like a little bit of glue on it and it's kind of preserved the luster while the rest turned brown. It's my best guess. There's like just something on the surface here. Otherwise something totally ate it off. Alright, give me 1 second. I'm gonna get some more water. I do apologize. Well, that was doubly productive. Got multiple things down there. Oh boy. I think that's only the second time I've actually had to get up in the middle of a stream. One time I had to oil my cat. We've got quite a bit of mint marks in this one. Gonna have our work cut out when we're looking. There may be some damage to the right of the mint mark on this one. Almost wanted to look like a P next to it. Maybe we'll have more luck with mint marks. I haven't seen anything that looks like an error in here yet. This one looks like it has a really thin rim. looks like there's an eyelash in there. Not one of Lincoln's. Maybe I should invest in some cough drops or something. But I'm thinking maybe this isn't the night to do a double stream. Maybe I'll come visit some of all your guys' streams tonight. I think we all just need to know when to take some time to take care of ourselves, and that's what I've been trying to do, but I don't want to just disappear from y'all. It's fun doing the streams and it's fun doing my hobby, but that's the one thing that's been interesting. It's I used to just do this by myself, just looking through coins all the time by myself, and it's way funner talking with other people and like having people teach me things and maybe getting to help someone else out too. But now the idea of just doing it by myself, it's definitely way more fun. This one kind of looks like it's got some interesting colors on it. It's like normally when a coin has green on it, it's not a good thing, but this green actually does not look ugly. Especially there on the rim. Looks like there's quite a few little nicks and stuff on it, but it more just looks like he had a rough patch there. I don't feel like I didn't feel like that one's been cleaned, but we'll see what it looks like under the microscope, see if there's a lot of really fine scratches on it. I think we've only had 10 Philadelphias in this box. I think this one has been cleaned. It looks like it also wants to have some kind of cool colors on it, but looking at it, I feel like I'm seeing that it's cleaned. I think all that brighter spot there, that all looks cleaned, possibly the whole thing. It's like going through its second browning phase. I've been wanting to do a giveaway. Maybe I should figure that out tonight while I don't do a second stream. Because basically I've had two ideas. One, it's I can give away coins, and I can either put together a bunch of kind of lesser value ones or give away something that's worth a little bit more money. But then it's kind of complicated because not only am I giving something away, but then I gotta ship it to someone, and that's okay. But I'm almost thinking that doing a gift card or something like that, doing $5 or $10 gift cards, that it would actually make more sense economically for both me and you guys. So I figure I could, ship something and give something away of value, but, I could do eBay gift certificates or, just something that everybody kind of uses, Amazon gift certificates. Maybe they do GPay. I don't even have a GPay account yet. not to my knowledge anyway. Um, but it was like I was wanting to do some super chats for people, and I'm like, oh, I don't have a GPay. I didn't realize that that was the option, and I'm not putting my credit card on here. I do like PayPal. Wonder if there's PayPal gift cards. I mean, that's basically the cash of the internet. It's like I have a pretty nice collection of Flying Eagle cents, and so I was figuring that those would be fun. But it's like I feel like I keep reading about all these rules and laws. It's like I'd like to just be able to like give stuff away. Like, hey you, I'm giving you something. Do you want it? No? Okay. You. Hey you. You want something? Yeah? Okay. Send me your address. Other than that like green spot, this one to get really deep red, but it's also, I don't know, it's like, it's funny, it's like red, it's really bright, but almost all the original red has turned red brown, and then it's like almost kind of like just brown, but it's still so bright. I don't get it. That big green spot on it makes it easier for me. I don't really need to worry about it. Tell if that is just the flip. I feel like something's happened to this coin, kind of like cleaned or scratched, fingerprinted. It's got a lot of fingerprint. I'm like trying to see if that's a die chip. I'm guessing it's just a scratch. It's kind of interesting. I don't think we've seen a single die chip this entire time. Sorry if I was quiet there for a second. I was trying to think of giveaways and like how I could do it. I haven't used the little community bulletin option where you can like leave a message to people. But maybe I'll reach out on there and get a list of ideas of what people would actually like for a giveaway, and if people have any thoughts on it. I've seen some streams where like when people enter the chat, they're like, when a new person enters, they kind of like the host will give a number for that person, and then and then as every new person comes in, they get a number, and then there must be ways to kind of randomly generate numbers. You could get like, I mean, I don't usually have, I think like maybe like 20, I think there was a raid where there was maybe 30 people in here one time. The best ones to look for, probably a 1914D, 1909S, 1909 SVDB, and a 1931S. And then there's like a 1922 1922D, that there's no D on it, so it would be a plain, but they didn't make Philadelphia that year. Those are probably the best. But out of like looking through thousands of bags of wheat cents, like kind of like unsearched ones, I never found one of those ones. If you can just find one from like the teens or 20s and have like kind of like mint luster, have like some original red like this one has on it, you know, that's what I would look for. Just finding ones that are really just a solid red. Like this one's got a fingerprint up on the top right side, and where that fingerprint touched the coin, or where those fingers touched it, it's starting to turn colors. It probably would have been more red. But just the best quality ones for the most part, the 40s and 50s, you're going to find more red ones, more ones that look like they're newer. Yeah, we looked at a bunch of war pennies at the beginning, and they tend to rust pretty easily. They'll be all nice and bright and shiny, you know, with a steel color instead of a copper color when they're really nice. That's one of the things, like going through all these pennies here. I put all these away thinking that a bunch of them were going to be worth something. And I found a lot of them have been cleaned, a lot of them have been damaged. Definitely don't clean the ones you have. If you do clean them, MJ420X, it takes the value right off of them. Like what a lot of people are looking for are coins with their original surfaces, which it's like the mint luster that they come from, and the more of the original surface the coin loses, kind of the less it becomes worth. There's just so many things that damage the coin that affects the value. There's already, like, you know, most coins are very imperfectly made to begin with, but then even the nice coins just start to get damaged. Fingerprints and drinks and pavement, and it's like this one, it's got just like a little bit of environmental damage, like down on the rim here. It's like starting to turn kind of a green color. You can see some of the first places to get wear on a coin will be like the cheek and like the chin here. And so while most of this coin is in its kind of original condition, but it started to turn brown. And the other place you'll usually see the wear first is on the tips of the wheat stalks here. It just, they'll start to lose the lines, they'll kind of get smoothed. This one looks like it had a weak strike, which originally I thought was kind of an error. On a lot of angles, the top of this O will just look like it's not there, and the pluribus here is just really flat. It's not that the coin is error, it's just the die making the coins got really worn down, and so it lost a lot of detail. I guess for your original question, it just depends on what you're looking for as far as what the best ones to look for. Definitely the ones with the lowest mintage, like even in kind of beat up condition, they're generally the ones that are worth the most money. But people collect ones that even that there were, you know, super high mintages of because of the grade. It's like, you know, it's like this one here. This is not from the vault here. This is one I made an auction of earlier. This one is a 1957 P, and it's a mint state 65 red. And so mint state being that this is basically the quality that it came from when it was at the mint. And a 65, coins are graded from a scale to 1 to 70. And so this is a 65 out of 70. And then red RD means that it still has its original full red luster. You know, when we switch back to the other coins here, I just wanted to show you an example. when we switch back to the other ones, you'll just see how damaged kind of they are. But you know, for most wheat cents, this would be like kind of the cutoff grade for the 40s or 50s. You'd want MS65 at least. Most MS65s in the 40s and 50s won't even pay back their slabbing cost. A 57 like this, I can't quite remember. I want to say it's $40 PCGS. That's what they place the value of it on. Sometimes you get more, sometimes you get less. But for the most part, MS66 is really what you want to at least break even. And MS67, that's where people can start to make some money. And so, you know, switching back to, you know, these coins here, you know, this one, not a lot of damage, not a lot of wear. The coin has lost its red. It's kind of a brown color. There's a little bit of kind of green going on around the date here. You know, environmental damage is not a coin's friend. It's not your friend. It's not my friend. It's just what happens naturally. You know, coins brown like this because of a natural reaction they have with the oxygen in the environment. And so the best, you know, if you can keep it in a warm, like temperate place, somewhere where it's not getting hot and cold, like metals sweat when they get hot and cold. Copper just condensates water. That's why they use it in refrigerators to when they heat and cool it, my brain's not working good enough to explain how a refrigerator works right now. But I swear I've been like asked some simple questions today in my brain. That was probably the best my brain was working trying to explain for you. Alright, so we only got a couple left here, and then I'll zoom in. We do have a huge pile of mint marks. We'll see if we can find any mint marks here with a repunch mint mark. We'll try to go through them quickly. I know that I can get hung up on them sometimes going, maybe, not sure. But really I feel like what I found is I need to get a better microscope that can just fill the screen with the mint mark. Or I need to go for it and cut the cone off of this microscope, because it's all I use it for is this, and I'd be able to go way closer. I just wish it was removable. That would be awesome. Alright, so I think there are two coins that we're just gonna like check out a little closer. It's gonna take me 1 second here. And I'll have to focus it. I'm not even sure. Normally I'm like, yeah, it's a die chip. I think it's a die chip because it looks like it's higher than the rest. That looks like a scratch. I mean, it looks like it's been flattened down, but I believe it's a little die chip. And this one looked like there was super worn, but I can't even see it on the side. It just looked like there was like that it was smashed in, but then I wasn't seeing any smash on the other side, which just made me wonder. I think that was the only thing I was curious of. Right. I feel like I can go a little bit closer and then I don't have to just focus here again probably. Huh. It's like, did it really just get like scratched on both of the serifs of the D? It looks kind of interesting to me. My guess would be, depending on the condition, the 1919S and the 1935S. Those two would probably be the best ones. I'm always surprised at how much the 1919S go for. I mean, you'd want one, with some original mint luster on it. You would hopefully be having one that's BU. But basically, the way it goes is the better the condition the coin, the more they're worth. Like I've looked through, I think I estimated, because I went through about 5,000 bags of 5,000 count coins. So that's like 25 million coins, and I've looked through a lot more than that. But that was just the bags. I don't know. I was looking for key date coins. I was looking for the ones that you just find a coin and it doesn't matter what the condition was, and you've made money. I didn't really ever find anything. That's my honest. Maybe I had bad luck. I found plenty of counterfeited ones. I found plenty of ones that would have been worth money if they were real. And I don't know, for the most part, it's like I used to look through bulk, I used to search through rolls, and it was fun and it was interesting, and occasionally I would find a coin, an older one that was in really good condition, not a key date, but like a nice older coin, if you find like a really nice 1918, 1919S like you have there, if it's in really good condition, it can be worth some money. But for me, I found that if I'm going to spend money looking through stuff, I found it's just worth way more time just buying a higher grade coin and buying it already graded. It's like when you buy something that's been graded by PCGS, you know what the grade is. They've got a price guide on their website, so you have a general idea of what it's worth. You try to pay about 30 to 40% below value when buying them, and that way it gives you a little bit of cushion when you decide you want to sell it. And while it's really fun to find things in the wild, for me it's more of a hobby, just like looking. And it's like it gives me a chance to look at them and learn more about them. We have been able to find some pretty good repunchment marks, but a lot of the ones are just really minor. But it's like I get excited when I can see one that's just like plain as day, because then I feel like not only have I found something cool, but I've also learned something. And then it's like if I found a really nice 1957D with like an obvious repunchment mark on it, then it's like I can go and look for more. It's like once I know exactly what I'm looking for. It's like this one, it's like the D kind of looks like it's overlapping on the bottom right corner of it, but is that just a scratch? Did we find anything? I'm not convinced. If you look at the date, it looks very flat. It doesn't look super scratched up, but it just looks kind of flat. I don't know. I think that one is just damaged there. It's pretty much black. It's like, I don't know, it's if it's like dark black like the rim of this coin, probably not the highest grade, but like coins can be like a dark brown, dark chocolate color, and they can still have some good money if there's no damage on the coin. But most collectors definitely do prefer like bright red coins. Once you get into like the 20s and stuff, it's much more acceptable to have like a red brown coin. For the 40s and 50s, most people want to have, like, once they're doing like a PCGS registry set, they usually want to have like MS66 or higher. I can't tell if that's just crud on the left side. This is what I need a better microscope for. And same with this one. It's like I want to just see like a D clearly over a D. But how do I know that's not just crud? It's like you look at the 7, the 7's got a black outline all the way around it. I feel like that's what we're seeing on the mint mark here too. And it's like when it is crud, you know, you don't want to necessarily clean it and damage the coin. And so like only way to really get to see up close is to zoom in. That one doesn't even quite look like a... I think I wanted to look at that one because it looked like a poor man double die. But I don't think it is. I feel like I can kind of see one in the bottom digit of the second 5, just a little bit of doubling there, but it's just machine damage. It's from the die getting super worn down. We'll be able to see a better example of one. But some of the poor man double dies on the 55s actually look really cool. These ones are not doing it for me though. What do the details look like on your 1919S? Like when you go to Lincoln here, can you see any hair on his head? Or I guess like the best place to just look, it's like it's like, is there like clear separation between the wheat stalks here? And it's actually kind of funny, like this one looks like it's in better condition, but maybe it's been cleaned. I feel like I should be seeing more detail on it. I almost feel like it's slightly out of focus. That 7 got pretty smashed up there. Looks like there's some machine doubling on the 9 there. You can pretty much see like a pretty good outline all the way around it. I think that when I was starting to collect and looking at things under a loop, I would see this machine doubling and I'd be like, it's a double die, I can clearly see doubling. Awesome. And then I find out that it's just it's like basically like the die making the coins just got damaged because it was old. And that there's a million that look just like it. That one definitely looks like the lettering and everything looks thicker. The D almost looks like it has like a little curved line that goes all the way around. I don't know, when I get a better microscope, I'd like to take a second look at this one. this one is just all over the place in color. At least the next time I go through a few 100,000 coins, it won't be 100,000 coins, it will just be like 1,000 and it'll be much quicker. But when I do get a better microscope, I will definitely separate everything by date and mint instead of it being all over the place here. It'll make identifying things way better. It's always harsh when like a coin looks like perfect and then there's just like a big scratch or a big gouge, like it's like it was like a beautiful coin and then like fate happened. The edge is flattened some so it isn't perfectly round. Is it like a kind of like a rim ding, or like did the whole coin get like hammered? Does it look like somebody took like a hammer and it got like squished flat? Or is it, I can probably find like a rim damage on this one. Maybe not this one. But yeah, for the most part, if it's got like, if it's been like flattened and like one side is like hammered flat, that would pretty much kill the value in pretty much any coin, like unless it was like a key date, and it's like I don't think I've ever seen a key date even that's been graded, but maybe people just wouldn't grade one. But if it's got like just like a rim ding on it, it would probably, if it's got like a pretty good sized ding, it probably has lost most of its value. Occasionally if it's really small, I feel like you can get away with it. So many things that can go wrong with coins. I don't want to tell you that it's not worth anything, because it very much could be. This one kind of looks interesting. Like it kind of looks like there's some metal in the curve, the bottom curve, on both the inside of the curve and underneath. It almost looks like there's something on top of the mint mark. Let's see if it all disappears upside down. No. It's an interesting 4 too. The 4 is probably just machine damage. But the S, it does look like there's something there to me. I'll want to check that one out. This S looks like it got a little squished. Is that squished? Looks like the 1 and the 9 definitely got squished. And say there's like some like grime around the mint mark, but I do feel like I see like a little piece of metal up at the top and the inside. Like this one kind of looks like the last one we looked at, but it looks like it, on top of that it is dirty as well. I would say for a 1919S, if it looks like it's been hammered flat on one side, I'd say that pretty much kills the value of it. Um, that's my honest opinion. If it's got like, well, I guess you said it's black as well. I was gonna say if it had like perfect, red uncirculated details and it had like a hammer, maybe somehow it would be worth some money, but it's probably just worth about 5 to 10 cents is my guess. That would be my best guess if I was to take a random guess at it. And then depending on how badly it's hammered, it could definitely just all of a sudden be worth a penny. Um, like some of these ones that I have in flips, um, I now know that the flip is worth more than the coin itself, which I'm like, maybe even the staples. That's just, it is what it is now. But I know most of these I will probably, like these boxes pretty much just fill up all the drawers in my desk. And so at some point here I'm trying to figure out what to do with everything. And, but I've kind of got to go through everything before I do that and find out what is what. Some nice machine doubling, machine damage on that 9 and the 1. See, this just still, gets me. It's like you see, the really nice double dies, and then a coin like this, it's like it looks like it, but then you find out that it's just considered damage. I still think they look cool, but I guess the point is that there's a million of them out there that look just like this because the dies made a ton of them. Still cool looking to me. I still like them. So it's like this one, it's got some machine damage as well, but it's the same date, same mint, but that other one looked way cooler to me. I feel like I don't have as good luck with the Denver mints looking for ones, but I feel like I haven't looked at as many of them, and there's just every date has different things to look for. That's why I like it when they're like, I'd rather find an RPM that's like super obvious, that it's like you can just see a D smashed over a D. But it's like a lot of them are very subtle, like the corner of one of the D's will just have like a little notch in it, and that'll be showing the doubling of it. But it's like I want to see just clear errors, things that look cool, kind of like the way the machine damage does. It's like, at first look I want to say that looks interesting, but it really looks like the D has been scratched on the bottom there. D looks really big. That one kind of looks like there's some extra metal on the inside. And there almost looks like there's a curvedness, like what looks like a scratch on the right side of the coin. Almost looks like it's curved around the edge of the coin. I think I'll put this in a pile to check out the other ones. It's just hard because things get stuck. Hey PK Carve, welcome. We've got some 1955Ds here. Looks like we got a couple more of these, and then it might break into 1957. But haven't found anything spectacular in this box. But some have definitely been better than others. Look how thick this D is on the bottom. Maybe it's just kind of partially filled. We've seen some nice damage, or machine damage, on these 1955s, just like various forms of machine doubling. It's like some of the machine doubling on them were probably nicer than some of the RPMs that we could find. What's going on with that one? The bottom looks interesting. I feel like we're not getting very focused on here. The 9's got like a bit of a filling. It's got some, looks like a very worn die. Little chunks of metal have started to get jammed up in it and starting to do its own thing on the coin. It's 1957D. So there's no estimate marks to mess around with anything. I think that probably just has some scratches on it. It's best to just keep on moving along. On the bright side, in the beginning of this stream, I was feeling like I needed to cough the entire time and was holding it in. And I feel like my cough has finally gone away, which is really nice. A little bit of peace today. I hope you guys are staying healthy in this crazy world. I think I just got a cold, but I'm definitely going to go out and stock up on like a bunch of food. Not go crazy or anything, but just be prepared. More just kind of like looks like little bits of damage on the edge there. I feel like there was one that looked kind of interesting, like one of the mint marks had something I could see with the naked eye. I'm wondering if we're almost to the end of the last stack. So hopefully I did see something in the beginning, and we'll get to see it here. I think this one got smushed. It just looks very, very flat. That one kind of looks interesting. I know, at first look I wanted to say it was just had like some green grime in there. I don't really see any grime around the date. I think I'm going to put that in a pile to look at when I get a better microscope. Is there any green on this one? Is there any details on it? Has this been cleaned? I don't really see. I'm going to put that in a checkout later pile because I really don't see any dirt or grime to like explain that second line. I mean, it could always just be in that one right there. I believe this one's just been damaged. Whatever's up the top tip there. Looks like a sparkle on the flip. Some of these flips, it seems like the plastic, it started to get these little sparkly spots here. Yeah, this is a good example of it too. And while they were perfectly transparent 10 to 20 years ago, they're not so much anymore these days. Which I'm almost like wondering if I should just take all these out, if like if the flips are actually degrading and whether they will cause damage. So it kind of makes me look. I don't know. I'm guessing that it's just been. It looks like it's been dinged on all four corners, just like little spots. It's just interesting when that happens and the rest of the coin all looks pretty good. Yeah, I definitely feel like I just cannot get quite close enough. Like I feel like I need to just have the D in you know, I need to just be looking at a D here, not looking at the whole date and the D. No, sir, I do not see it. I'll fix the focus. Turn off the extra light. So, I don't think we found anything killer in this whole box. There was 2 coins that seemed like they had some extra metal inside the mint mark. I'll have to check them out to see if they are a variety of some sort. I wish we had found more, but one of these boxes is going to have something awesome in it. I don't know what I'm going to find when I start looking in them. So I'm glad I was actually able to stream tonight. I had to get up to get some water and I coughed then once I hit mute. But I was happy I could make it through a stream tonight without coughing. I just don't want to put you guys through that. Like the microphone is like right here. I guess you can't see, right there, and it's loud. I've listened to replays of me cough randomly, and it's not fun. But I think my plan tonight is to get a good sleep and hopefully feel better. And if possible, I'll do a bunch more streams. I'll open a bunch more boxes. I've still got a bunch of Flying Eagle cents I've gotta do videos of, so I'll probably like grab 50 Flying Eagles and make a video tomorrow. And I think I'm all caught up on the PCGS coin videos. However, I do still have a pretty good sized back stock of them. So I was thinking about maybe just decreasing my back stock, just putting more out there, make more videos, and so we'll see. But all the new stuff, I'm caught up on all the new stuff. Everything that I've received is on eBay now. But thank you guys for joining me tonight. I'm sorry we didn't get to find something super awesome, but nice to see you, MJ420X, and nice to see you again, PK Carve. And who else was in here earlier? Junk Pick, Diane Soul, Anthony Goodley, and there was also Engineer Corner. But if you guys haven't checked out each other's channels, I do encourage you guys to check each other's channels out, because we all offer something different. A lot of you guys I know from visiting your guys' websites, and so it's always good to make friends with each other, check out, you might learn something from each other. And I wish you guys all a great night. I will be back tomorrow almost certainly, and we'll do a couple more streams. So until then, have a good night, everyone. See you guys in the future. Thank you for joining me, and hopefully we'll have some good luck next time.